Welcome YouTube, and we're here again stress testing my new bit of kit, which is this. Oh, I'll grab that. So we're stress testing this. I'm sure that's actually overbrighted and there's a load of green that's making it go all fuzzy and stuff. That's the way it goes. See, you can see through to the game because there's like green there. This is obviously an RTX 2080 Ti, or should I say, well, it's not in there, it's actually in there, in the computer that's running it. Yay! But, how well does it cope? To give us an idea, obviously I was on a GTX 970 before. Up above me, you can see some different things that are going on there. So you can see my CPU, memory, GPU, the 3D graph, and sort of like the utilization of my graphics card in total. Also in here, though I don't have an FPS counter, I do have is a handy little overlay that is telling me in milliseconds when the frames are being written by Steam VR. And it has a nice little jutter graph as well, so you can see thing, and there's a line that gives us 11.1 milliseconds, which is what you need to maintain to keep a 90 Hz refresh rate up. I think it actually works out a bit different, but that's what they say in Steam. We're not going to be too long tonight because basically work tomorrow and stuff like that, but we're here in Skyrim, and this is an unmodded version of Skyrim on the PC on Steam, and at the moment I have it actually set to settings that I needed to have it set when I was running my 970. So it's going to give us an idea of how much I can push it to be comfortable, and we'll see how it goes. But of course, any questions and anything else like that, if you're here with the live stream, please ask in the comments, and my bot should chirp in, assign you a voice, and then speak into my ear holes. It does that. And it could be a good voice, it could be a silly voice, it could be deep, it could be high, we don't know. It's just going to be there. Alright. Moving on from that, I think. Yeah, moving on from that. We're going to try cranking some of these settings up. Now, some of these settings do require a game restart, so I might have to pop back to this bit again and then restart it, and you're going to see the scene a little bit, but I'm going to show you what we've got. Right, for a start, let's get into these settings. So performance-wise, for me to have a reasonable experience on the 970, the preset quality would be low. What I used to like doing sometimes was put it to medium. The one thing that I didn't have to do is that one. I always untick that because I think the dynamic resolution is terrible. So let's take a quick look at what that looks like. There. No, that one. Okay. But it says I need to restart already. So we'll restart that. Hopefully all the levels and everything else that I see there should just go and disappear, which they are. Now, because I'm on Oculus, it still keeps a Skyrim thing here, So I actually have to close down Steam VR. That'll quit out. Ooh, that's better. And you should see that everything on my GPU side should just fall away. Now, obviously I'm in Oculus, so this is never going to completely fall away. And that's my Oculus Home just kicking in, so that's me back in my Oculus Home. Right. Now, what we need to do then is go to Steam and start Skyrim VR again. Thesta. You should see everything as it changes out and comes up here. Press me button. So, we're back in Skyrim. We're going to press continue. Yes, we're going to go from the save game. And I can see at the moment I have like new frames every 6 milliseconds. So 6-7 milliseconds, I'm getting a new frame. Target is 11.1 for the height. So you can see the quality here. Anybody who's played this game, obviously on PSVR, the quality jump from PSVR to PC, even at the lower level, is pretty big. As you can see here, it's pretty damn sharp. Pretty amazing. We'll do a little bit at that, so you can just see the sort of quality we've got here. And there's like absolutely no problem whatsoever. I mean, me some stats there. I need to see what you're seeing. So you can see like CPU usage, GPU usage. It's all good, and I'm getting a new frame every 6 milliseconds. Easy. Let's ramp it up a bit. Now, what I did used to do with the 970 is I used to like playing it on the medium settings. Oh, it's gone around there. One thing that does get me is when I open this, sometimes it goes to the wrong place. That's better. Oculus people, when I say I want something pinned to a place in my environment, I want it pinned there where I left it. Not every time when I push a button for it to go spinning off around the world. Just a little bit. Right, so we're just going to have a look at upping these settings. So, first things first, if we do that and system settings, so VR performance. So, that's the low. I used to like doing this on medium. Take that down. That's going to tell me that I need to restart, but quite often I didn't. So, let's just do that, and that's kind of done whatever it's doing. We'll do a restart in a minute. The super sampling can obviously be more important on a restart, so we're just going to go with that. You should immediately still see some changes, which we do. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That world will cease to be. Here in the shrine. Very creepy. That they have forgotten. This is still giving us about 6 milliseconds for a refresh rate, and again, it's holding steady. basically. So let's just kind of up that a good bit, but I'd like to put the proviso that my old system at this would be running probably under 45, and 45 is the minimum really you want to run, because then it doubles to the 90 Hertz. So my old system would have a problem, especially when you've got a lot going on. And in this area here, there's quite a lot of characters, all of them moving, we've got nice stars, things going on. We've got, where's that bird gone? There's that bird gone. I was wondering where the shadow was. And there's another one over there. So, yeah, there's quite a lot sort of happening. And when there used to be like a big dragon or something like that come in, it was like, big fight. No. I'd have to turn the settings down immediately, otherwise it would be like, jarring. From medium. So let's just push this up a lot more before we do a restart. So there's high. I'm going to just push that straight up. I'm going to take away the dynamic resolution, because the dynamic resolution thing sucks. Basically, it just scales everything back down to absolutely look awful all the time. So you want that unticked. Even if you're on the low settings, untick that thing. On a 970, that'll still give you quite an impressive looking thing. So high, shadow distance, rain occlusion, temporal AA, all of that's disabled, all of that's maxed out. That's maxed. Well, that isn't maxed, but we'll leave these because they're like odd things and we can fine tune those ones. We'll try that. So at the moment, it's, you know, 6 milliseconds frame time generally. Okay, we want to come out of there. Say save. You need to restart to take the changes to take effect, and that's true enough. Let's do the restart. Quit to main desktop. Yes, that should be everything dropping away, and I can then come back here, and I want to quit the Steam VR because it still has that. Oh, that's so weird when you do that. I hate doing the quit Steam VR when you're in the headset, because you have the loading space and then it just goes and freezes for a second and you're like, oh wow. Right. So then we need Steam again. And we'll start this back up. And we'll come in here and we should hopefully see what it can do there. So, bit of jutters there. Basically, the graph I've got in here, I want to see pretty even keeled for most of it. Oof, that's a jump now. See, now it's up to 9.5. And I'm just in this area, which just, it looks stunning. I just have to say, yeah, it looks stunning. But you can see, you know, like I say, I am getting bits where it's already sort of like going, I might be struggling a bit. But considering that obviously I'm in here with basically maxed out settings and streaming, and it's grabbing video and doing green screening and it's also doing all of the grabbing of other parts of the screen and compositing that all together and then broadcasting it out to you guys all on the one machine. That's not bad. But let's actually get into the game part again. Yes, continue. So we'll be continuing on from the same place. Here we go. Oh, what happened there? Something happened. Things happen. I can't see things in here. Okay, let's restart that for a moment. That's not right. Quick way to deal with that. Quit out of Steam VR. Quit that. We got that horrible pause moment. Feels awful when you do that. That's why they say about, you know, refresh rates and stuff like that for VR. Okay. We'll load that back in. Steam VR comes back up. Let's start. Press any button. Yes. Load back into the right place this time. There we go. There we go. So now, instead of sort of around the 6, I'm actually around 9 milliseconds. And this is like maxed out. And that does look basically amazing. Like I said, this is an unmodded version, so let's give it a lot. There's a lot of actors going on there. There's some spikes on here. It's not as even keeled as I would like. So there's a couple of an odd frame here or there that is dropping out.
That we might remember. By night we recline.
But I don't know. Let's see from your guys' perspective. You should be able to see what my CPUs and all things like that. So the utilization is right up the top, all maxed out.
Far from ourselves.
One of the things about Skyrim VR, even though it is an old game, well, sorry, Skyrim is an old game with an old engine that's been updated to do VR. But it has some very distinct things about it, especially when you've turned off LOD and things like that, that everything all the way back into the backgrounds is actually generated in 3D. It's not so much trickery. So the mountains and everything else like that are actually done into the 3D as well. Let's move on with a bit of story.
That you have. That seems inadvisable. Fascinating.
Odd thing happening.
You appear to have fallen under whatever influence is affecting the others.
Remember. By night. What by day?
It's an odd thing. And again, we're still around that 9. Nothing really bothersome there, so it is keeping pretty much within the 90 frames per second. It's got an occasional dip here, so it's right on the edge The shrine is almost built up, isn't it? I need a drink.
Now through them does he
Ooh. Okay.
And when the world shall see, that world
Wonder how long
will
this
cease
will last.
to be.
Perhaps it is permanent, as with the others.
That here do we toil.
That seems inadvisable.
What by day was stolen.
What's happening, Lydia? What's happening? I mean, this place is I thought it was going to be built quicker than that. Not 1, 2, 3 still.
Our eyes once now
That seems inadvisable.
Okay.
our hands once were idle.
now through them does he speak.
Right, where we got to go? That way.
And when the world remembers.
Not sure where my horse is. Lydia's coming along. What do we have to do? I'm not sure where we are here. Reach the temple. Yes. I'm sure I've done that, because that's the temple, wasn't it? Oh, okay. That's not the temple. The temple is over there. Right. Got a bit of travelling to do. Yes. We have a fair bit of travelling to do. Oh, I think we need to get a boat or something. If I remember correctly. Yes. Let's, Hey. We'll go in there.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
I love the look of this place. And again, inside is usually has less issues
Welcome to
with
the
Skyrim.
Wretched Corner Club, my lord. If you need anything, Master Geldis will be happy to help you.
Ew. Doesn't look that appetizing.
We have all sorts of authentic dark elf food and drink here. Geldis spares no expense.
Teldrin Cerro, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service.
Welcome to the Retching Niche, Outlander. What can I get you?
What's the
For finest
specialty?
jammed across your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujama. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word
Oh,
out when
right.
it's ready, and they'll flock here for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I suppose they might. Oh, I heard crazy old Cressius has been sneaking in the Raven Rock mine again. At his age, he's going to get himself killed in there.
Ooh. Okay.
Sure
Let's
thing.
sit there.
It's yours for a day.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, I lost 10 gold.
Come back any time. My doors are always open.
Don't know where my room is. I have to be careful because I modded which hands do what. But this place isn't going to get us what I need. We need big, epic places.
Splendid.
So,
Another mouth to feed.
how are we getting to... How are we getting to, how are we getting to there? We're out this side. We need to go all the way out around that way to get up across to here. Yeah. I think. What can I get in... I don't think I can get up that way. Can I get up that way? I might be in the wrong area to get to where I need to be. I think I am. So I need to go all the way through there to get to there. Basically, no, off that direction, but that's one good way to head. Still with me, Lydia? So we're going to go straight through and out the other side of here. Hey guys. Oh, I'm wondering where my horse is, and I'm like, well, my horse didn't come over, did it? So, I'll harvest that. I don't know what it is, but I'll harvest it. Okay. They turned to ash.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I picked up this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
Okay. What
Some
were
of the
those
veteran
things?
guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
So it's still keeping nice and pretty much even steady. There is a little bit of a jitter above, but you know.
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'm betting they come from over there.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more veteran guard. We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. I might know someone, or maybe not. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe had something to do with a temple, a temple here on the island. Does that help?
Yeah.
I don't. All I know is that the ash spawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family.
Okay. So. Sorry, you. Ooh, elven bow. Ooh, that damages more. We'll take that one. Elven sword. We'll go with the elven sword. I'll take that. And, you know, while I'm at it, why not take gold? The armor's better than mine as well. I'm going to equip that one. That's not. We're going to leave that. That's better as well. Apparently. So we're going to take that. And those are better. And those are better. Excellent. That's not better though. That just turned me into a bonehead. Apparently. Wrong one. I want that. What? Items. And, hunting bow. Change fire product. See, this is where it gets a bit weird because I've changed the settings. Now, that means that, not everything, because that says favourite as a B, but that's not the case. Weapons. So, I want to say elven bow, arrows. Ooh. I'm not sure whether I'm favouriting something. There we go, that's how I favourite. So I changed it a bit and I couldn't remember what I changed it to. So there, we want that one and we want that one. Imperial bow, we can get rid of the Imperial bow from the favourites. Iron arrows will keep. Iron greatsword. Where did that elven sword is in there? We'll say we're going to put that in my right hand. So, yay, we've got more damaging sword. We like that. Apparel. So we're going to say, yeah, we want to wear that. Cultist gloves. Don't need those. They're not good. Bye bye. Mask, fine. Imperial light shield. Why do I even bother? Do I have another shield? I've got a better shield. Lights the shield. Iron armor. Nah. Iron shield. Value 60. Mm, 12 weight though. Nah. We'll keep those. So that should be me good. And now I have a new sword. Check that out. And we got a shield. Except for, generally speaking, I don't go with that. I usually go with some flames or some healing. We'll go with the flames, I think. Yep, we can go flames. Excellent. But let's go find some big epic bits. Quick save. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's see. Still got to reach this temple, so show on that. We're going to end up heading all the way around, I feel. It's going to be a long journey, isn't it? Which is typical in Skyrim. But in VR, at least you get to make a journey and see the entire thing properly, like you was actually going on tour somewhere in the real world. I mean, that's something that is incredible. What? This boat? I think we arrived on that boat. If I'm not mistaken, we did arrive on that boat. Maybe.
Great Tantrum says, "What's up?"
Hey, Tantrum.
BMO says, "Do you feel any changes comparing between 1080ti and 2080ti?"
Well, I didn't have a 1080ti, I had a 970. So, massive differences. So, I can't say between 1080ti. I had 970. So, the change is massive for me. At the moment, I've got pretty much everything maxed out. So, I'll show you my settings so you can have a bit of a gander yourself. So, settings. This is where I've got all my settings. So it's on high, full super sampling, no dynamic resolution. That's all high. That's full distance. All of this stuff is all checked. We've disabled the tree LODs and model LODs and all of that lot. The tree LOD distance is right the way to the max. Yet skin trees, animated trees, we've just left that the same as the default. It's doing about, well, in this particular scene,
BMO says, "When you turn around back when you had a 970, do you feel nauseated? What about now?"
well, it's hard to make me nauseated, but on the 970 I would be running, I had to run low settings if I had an enemy, a big enemy, or a lot of people in the scene. In here, I can just, it's just doing this, not a big issue. It's even keel, pretty much around the 90 frames all across there. There's a couple of spikes in there. I've got the display that shows me the milliseconds of when it's generating frames. Most of them are below the 11 milliseconds. With these settings, it's averaging about 9 milliseconds. Occasionally you're getting an odd drop in the frames here, but not massive problems. Let's see if there's gold that I'm missing. Yeah, we'll take those. Take gold. Yeah, and we'll leave that. Leave that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Arrows are always good. Ale. Gold. So yeah, it's oh, I don't mind if I take the
BMO says, because I have a 1050ti and I was wondering, should I build a PC with a 2080ti or a 1080ti, since most games I play are VR related. Great Tantrum says,
True.
the only way I can play this in 360 is with the DS4 controller on PSVR.
Yeah, PSVR is different on that. Obviously here I can just turn full 360. PSVR versus PC. Well, I actually gave away my PSVR version to one of my colleagues at work. Just playing games, by the way. Is his channel. And how you doing, Tantrum, by the way? Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know on the 1050 Ti. See, I think the real proof of the pudding when it comes to VR is going to be the deep learning supersampling. I think deep learning supersampling may have a profound effect on VR in particular. And then also, if they incorporate some of the ray tracing, that could have quite an effect. I do have
Great
some
Tantrum
scores as
says,
well.
I am still happy this game is even running in PSVR.
Oh yeah, it's impressive that it does run in PSVR. Definitely impressive that it runs in PSVR. Let me just change that at the moment, because I have to look up there. My text is up there, basically. So, to not get in the way of the view, I've put my text box all the way up there. So, if you see me looking up, it's because I'm reading back any comments that you make. Yeah, it's an interesting question, actually. 1050 Ti to 1080 Ti. That's quite a jump in itself. To give you an idea, from my 970 to the 2080 Ti,
BMO
I ran
I love your googly eyes grinning face.
Thank you. I do happen to think the googly eyes are the ultimate in VR accessories when it comes to streaming. Because, you know, you need eyes. How are people supposed to react without the eyes? So, yes, googly eyes are the way to go. Back to it though, I did actually run a synthetic VR mark score against my 970 and my current
Great Tantrum
2080.
says, it makes him look like a cartoon, lol.
I should put a cartoon filter onto the video output someday and really make that hit home. I did with some profile pictures at one point. I actually had it so it made me into a like a minion. So I made myself look Minion-like with the cartoon outlines and everything. But that was a good laugh. Anyhow, getting back to the details side, basically the upshot from a 970 to a 2080
Great Tantrum
Ti
says,
was...
I love it salsa. BMO says, LMAO.
Basically the upshot was that I was getting a maximum of a 310% performance gain from the 970 up to the 2080 Ti, which is a Founders Edition, nvidia Founders Edition, so that's actually factory overclocked as well. Ooh, there's a chest. Go to the right. Ah!
BMO says, what other VR games do you play?
Pretty much everything. Or a lot of different other games. I do like my racing sims. So we've got a couple more. Oh, this is the one thing about some of this when you.
BMO says,
Excuse me a minute.
most of my friends play VR chat, but I prefer Beat Saber and Killing Floor.
Beat Saber I play. I also do a request stream. Hopefully at some point you'll be able to see last night's one because oh, come on. Sorry, this lockpick is this one's doing me in a good bit. Ah. What?
Great Tantrum says, mine right now is Astrobot.
Yeah, a lot of people, Astrobot, me including. I do like Astrobot, but I have to test a few more of these bits out. So yeah, Beat Saber I'm definitely like. Gold. Let's take the gold, thank you. Next time I'm going to the. We'll take that. So basically, yeah, so driving games, we've got PC Car 2, Assetto Corsa, we'll have Assetto Corsa Competizione. That is releasing the VR patch for that, well, the VR part for that on the 11th. But of course, that's still an alpha build, which does actually have specific things that features the RTX card. So that's going to be an interesting one. Like I say, Beat Saber, I do play. You can see some past ones of that. I do take requests for songs and try to do those and have a laugh with these types of
Great
things.
Tantrum says, I hope Codemasters listen to the VR community.
Oh, yeah, that too. It's bewildering to me at the moment because most other sims, they are building in VR because they know that anybody on the sim side, you've got people that have spent vast amounts of money on rigs. You've got people that spend, you know, anything from, you know, few £100 on a wheel. I've got a wheel sitting there I bought expressly because of Dirt Rally VR.
Great Tantrum says, Dirt Rally needs to be on VR.
Yeah, it does.
Great Tantrum
I agree.
says, Dirt Rally 2.0 that is.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so I think for many people there is a wait and see on the graphics card side. If you are happy with the performance that you're getting, then, you know, stay with it for a bit. But on the other hand, if you were in a position like I was where you're not happy with the VR performance, and obviously this come out brand new, and I went, right, I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna take the risk. Ooh, that's not good. That's chained up there. And they died and became a bag of bones. Nothing there. No, some books. Anything worth reading? Rules. The Wolf Queen. Ooh. Hey, gimme. This is one of the things that can be annoying sometimes. There we go. Oh well. I changed things around and apparently it's not taking that too well. Axe, yeah. Steel arrows, yeah. Ale, no. Gold, yes. I've already got that armor, so yeah, we're good to leave on that. What? I said leave. Well, I've got an extra. Eee, that's grizzly. No horse.
Great Tantrum says, I heard ray tracing will be not a problem in VR. Before the DEVS had to actually code in lighting and other effects. Now with ray tracing the card does it all for them.
Kind of. It's hybrid. It's not as full as you'd think. It's hybrid. Alright. Healing that one.
Great Tantrum says, well, it is better for sure. BMO.
Yeah, the looks of it should be really good.
By Tantrum.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh, I think I just died.
Great Tantrum says, you leave and be ammo.
Take care if you are. There's Lydia. Right.
BMO says, yeah, I'm gonna get on my VR.
Okay.
Great
thanks for
Tantrum
joining.
says, awesome, have fun. BMO says, actually might watch while I play.
Well, you can do that.
BMO
Obviously,
says,
subscribe is great.
Thanks.
Leave a like if you liked. And I'm going to be doing a few more of these with other games to just step up and see what it's like on the performance side with this card. So I'm steadily going through games. So yeah, check back definitely and see where it goes, especially for some of the other upcoming releases.
Great Tantrum says, Salsa, do you own DCS or Elite Dangerous?
I own both. I do own both. Of course, they are incredibly detailed. DCS can be particularly difficult. I've only scratched the surface onto them. They are games that I will be trying out with this card as a stress test, because flying sims are incredibly hard. I also own X-Plane, so I will be jumping into that, because on my previous card it was impossible to play full stop. So if it can manage X-Plane, then we'll be on to something really good there. That would definitely be a much harder stress test than actually this, but I will be going into some DCS. I have a lot to learn on DCS, and I really need to get the whole voice commands and stuff like that together for different planes, and I need to actually maybe buy some other planes. I haven't got like the full. There's a full particular set.
Great Tantrum
supposed to be good
says,
as a starter.
Ooh, play X-Plane next grinning face. BMO says, would love to see Elite Dangerous test.
We shall do those. We shall do those. Right. Now, I think this other person. I need to just grab these. We're going to take those. There wasn't too much in there. We'll just take the money and that's good. Can't be bothered with that. Arrows. Arrows is good. We'll take that and that. And arrows and that. So yeah, I think in the next couple of days I'm going to be mixing it between Astrobot and testing of the cards. Elite Dangerous could be the way to go first. We can do that. I've got a HOTUS over there and pedals, which works obviously for Elite Dangerous. So, yay! We'll take a look at Elite Dangerous, I think. But I do want to get into DCS as well, because DCS was pretty sweet, but it was very hard to see with the settings that I had to have it down with, and then you still had some frame rate issues before. But we'll take a look on that. Ooh, steel arrows. We want steel arrows, yes. Iron, that. Lockpicks, all good. That'll do. Oh, we can mine. I've mined some ore. Search. Steel arrows. Yes, please. And gold. I'll take those. Leave those. What you got? Ale. We'll take the gold. Yes. And yes. Right. We know we've got that nasty thing over there, so that's cool. Yeah, but I definitely think Elite Dangerous. We'll try explain.
BMO says, "You do you. Hopefully I'll be here until the end of your stream." Great Tantrum says, "I heard good things about the PMAX 5K Plus. With your setup, it should be a good match."
Yeah, the only thing with the Pimax 5K Plus would be that I would have to spend another huge amount of money on the headset and on Vive tracking equipment, which at the moment I'm okay with the Oculus. I want to see what goes there, and I'm kind of waiting a little bit, because one thing about the Oculus that really is really good, though obviously when you're going up to some of these other headsets, the displays are starting to get very interesting, and but
Great
the touch
Tantrum
controllers
says,
work so well.
"Lolo, yeah, it is expensive."
Yeah, and I'm saving to get my own place. I'm living with parents, saving money, so I want my own place. And I would prefer to buy my own place rather than rent. So saving for deposit and stuff like that, because to me it makes a lot more sense than renting. I do tend to think at the end of the day, when you rent somewhere, you're going to always have to rent. And I'd rather be in a position to say, okay, I'm going to buy, and then I've got something there. But I'm waiting a little bit on the housing market and different things to go, and my savings to increase more.
Great Tantrum says, "Don't test a PMAX. I heard it will ruin your Rift experience."
No, because I mean, I've used Star VR, which you see, the Star VR is the same, well, a commercial grade version like Pimax in terms of a wide FOV. So the wide FOV of Star VR is really, really impressive, and doesn't have as much distortion problems or issues as the Pimax reportedly does, though its display is not as good on the old Star VRs that I used. The new Star VRs, I think, are probably a lot better. Let's go with Elven Bow. Elven Arrows. I need to do...
Great Tantrum says, "Somebody laughed when I tried a Vive Pro after PMAX. It was hilarious."
Dude, I'd like the Vive Pro actually as well. Because, I mean, obviously the Vive Pro's screen is truly impressive actually. But yeah, the wide field of view is the whole thing that it really does add a lot to VR. But of course it has other issues. It definitely has some other issues of its own. What was I going to do here? I was going to do that and then that, and I wanted weapons. We've got steel arrows, so we want that favorited. And we have elven arrows. So we're going to take some elven arrows, I think, and we're going to add a potion or something.
Great Tantrum says, I saw it on Mr. TV with Sebastian Ang.
Yeah. Well, see, like I say, I've tried a mixture. I haven't tried the Pimaxes yet. I haven't tried the newer Star VR. I wish that wasn't just a commercial product. So there's no, I don't know what the actual price of the newer
BMO
Star VR
says,
is.
I have even am looking to get a Pro next year.
The jump up in resolution for the Vive against the Pro is very high. I find that the display in a headset I like least is the Vive. I find the screen door effect in most Vives and everything else like that just standing out horrendously to me in general. Whereas the Vive Pro is a whole lot better. But they're still using pentactile screens in things. And I think one of the lessons learned from the PSVR is that full RGB sub-pixel arrangements over pentactiles work miraculously well in VR, which is one of the things that I like as well about the Star VR headset. Is they've not only have they got a high resolution and that high field of view, they also have gone with a full RGB sub-pixel arrangement, which does minimize screen door as well. But the Star VR 1, which is the newer one, definitely looks amazing. Of course, the Vive
Great Tantrum
has great tracking.
says, the PMax uses LCD screens and it has some distortion issues. That is its weakness. The 8K suffers with slight delay in the headset. Great Tantrum says, and lack of sharpness.
Yeah, the 5, if I was going to go between the Pimaxes, I would go for the 5 Plus over the 8, just because they actually take in the same resolution and different things like that. But like I said, if I really had the chance, if I really had the opportunity to, the Star VR 1 is one that I really want to try out. Having tried out the Star VR, the improvements listed for the Star VR 1, that's one that I'd really like to take out because they have automatic IPD, and they also have a Tobii eye tracker built into the headset. With the Tobii eye tracker built into the headset and the rendering capabilities of the selective rendering capabilities of 2080 Ti, you know, a developer could potentially
Great
match
Tantrum says,
the Foveated
Star VR
rendering.
has foveated rendering and eye tracking.
Yes, exactly. So with something like the RTX 2080 Ti, they actually do various things with foveated rendering and rendering details and things like that that can be marked out in games and vary across ways and different ways to improve
says,
the
never
things.
heard of Starver.
Star VR is a business-to-business one, so you only usually find them on big sort of like event things. Star VR, if you're in America, Star VR is actually known as IMAX VR. So if you're in the US,
Great Tantrum
IMAX
says,
VR.
foveated rendering helps performance as it only renders high resolution at direct eyesight only.
Yeah. which with that massive, very big, wide field of view is incredibly important. So if you have screens that actually have a really good resolution, you can have that part where you're looking really pushed to the max, and then that foveated rendering section goes out. It's only about 20% of your eyesight, like a 20% circle where you need the full resolution. Then it degrades to a middle distance, and then it degrades even further at the furthest reaches. Right, Frostbite Venom. I want to use that on my Elven Bow.
Great Tantrum says, right now all headsets render at full resolution no matter where you look.
Yes, they do, but
Great Tantrum says, that is why it take a lot of power today to render VR.
right. Oh, look at this. That just looks amazing. I'm sorry, that just... Wow! Doesn't that look awesome? Doesn't that look awesome? Wow. Give you a bit of a thing here. We are hitting some spikes where I would be dropping down. So this amount of effect is doing the drop down a little bit. When it's going full speed, I was noticing it, but there is, yeah, we're doing a bit of a drop down, so you're getting
Great Tantrum
a
says,
couple of frames drop.
that is neat.
Yeah, that is cool. There. Value 20 iron arrows. Well, that wasn't really particularly worth it, was it? But it's got to do something though. Take it. Right. What we do need to do though is healing.
Great Tantrum says, one of the things I liked about Super Hot or Just in Time is the slow time look of effects.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was just a lovely coincidence that they did that, and they had that like, bam, big splash of flames, stuff. That was cool. Right. Is there something out here that? He's unfortunate. Boots and ragged trousers. Well, he's not really. He's really unfortunate. Yeah, super hot. I think super hot is something that when it comes to the Oculus Quest is going to be awesome. I think that is something that can sell that headset a lot. Garnet, we'll take a garnet, we'll take gold, iron, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what those
Great
things
Tantrum says, I am interested in Oculus Quest.
Yeah, I think if you've got anywhere that's got like a greater amount of room for you to move around in as well, something like super hot in a bigger space is just going to be something that could blow people's minds. We need to go that way. Where is this?
Great Tantrum says, I can go to some open arena and get lost in the quest.
Hey, yes. Though I think you need actual markings on floor and things like that, because it's camera based, it's inside out tracking. So you still need things for it to grab onto edges and stuff like that, or patterns that it can see and go, yeah. At the moment, I'm very, very pleased with what I've got. Oh! We'll take a gem. Moonstone ore.
Great Tantrum says,
Or
yeah, I don't know if those were beta hardware, but it is supposed to map your room space automatically.
yes, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, they were, you know, it's not too far away, so I would say they're probably more towards the initial first run of production samples. So I would guess that whatever they were using at the Oculus event would probably be production samples. You're normally going to have something to, you know, work out how the production's working.
Great Tantrum
Oh.
says, I doubt anyone is going to put a bunch of tape all over their rooms. Lol.
Well, you're not going to need tape over your room, but if something's really, really big, then it might need the space, but oh, come on, buddy. How do I get in there? I can't remember how to jump. I can't remember how to jump. Oh, I can't remember what the jump is supposed to be in here. I've tried everything. I'm sure I've tried all of my things because I got that. You've got that, which is not. I've got my grab, which is not. I've got my that part. That isn't it. Got him. Oh, another one. Let's get around here. Find a way into here. Now I saw a door. While I'm at it though, I need to heal. There's got to be a door somewhere.
Great tantrum, says. Look in your control options.
I tried that on when you see in here the system. General. It's not settings, gameplay. Ah! Gameplay. Now I've got a mod set on my control options as well. So what it says here may not be it. There isn't anything that tells you that part. You got archery, attacking, blocking, brawls, all these things, but it doesn't say. I've literally tried every button I can think of, i.e. watch. So we have this button, which is my magic. That is not actually doing anything. This isn't doing anything. It's a grab. That isn't now doing anything while I'm there. The thumb button here makes me run. That's my favourites on the thumb button there. Close. We've got the howl.
Great tantrum, says. You should be able to jump.
Yes. I don't know where
Great
it
tantrum, says. You can't get to some places without it.
Exactly. And I don't know what the jump is now. Because I did put a mod in, because the way they had it set with these controllers, you couldn't map them. And basically, the grab they had as one button here, and they had the howl as the grab button. When you have a howl as a grab button, at any moment when you're in combat, you would press it when you didn't want it, or you'd press it in the middle of a village, and you'd immediately get chased really easily. So I'm not sure.
Great Tantrum says, you may have to hold a button.
Yeah, I was trying that. That's your menus on this side. That other button gives me my other menu there. This button gives me my Steam ones. I've gone through every button and every press and either holds. And I haven't got it. It should be there somewhere, but I can't find it. I have to find the mod that I got that changed my settings around and find out what the damn thing was. Actually, do I have a thing on one of my desktops? I don't know. Anyhow, I think we're going to be about done anyway for tonight. Cannot find it though. That's very... And I can't find a door. I think I need to jump over one of the bits that is broken around this castle to get in. So I need to come to a part like one of these places and jump over the side.
Great Tantrum says, push right thumbstick up.
Oh, that might be an idea. Yes, you're right. I didn't get that one. Thank you, Great Tantrum. I'm almost dead. Need items. System, no. Items.
Great Tantrum says, I googled a grinning face with big eyes.
Google to the rescue, of course. Stamina, need, minor healing. Use one of those. There we go. Oh, no. Need that. No. I'm almost dead. Healing potions. Use. Healing. Oh, my right back. My touch control is battery getting low. Another one of them up there. We'll take that and that. Yep. We'll leave that. I think we can go from here.
Men, An invader is under... Lord Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Oh, 2 of them. 3 of them. Oh no. Nah. I'm being overwhelmed. Potions.
Great Tantrum says, looks like a bad day for you, lol.
Yep. Run away! Need to dwindle their numbers slowly. Potions. Healing. Lighter feet.
Great Tantrum says, fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Frostbite venom. Oh, there was a door. Oh. That's one down. Oh, come on. No, no. I died. I died. Okay. Since I died, that's probably a good place to leave it. Right.
Great Tantrum says, GG.
Oh, well. At least Lydia survived. Oh, I'm back to here again. Oh, no.
Great Tantrum says, I enjoyed your stream.
Thanks for joining, sir. Oh, I'm looking up there and it's sort of like, you're over here, so let's do that, and then, there we go. Thank you very much. There we go, we do that kid. Oh! Got it. You're right, Lydia. This place is deadly. Right. Yeah. So that's not bad. We're gonna wrap this up though. There we go. So thanks for joining. Thanks for the comments as well, Tantrum. Anybody else who's watching at this point, Tantrum has his own channel there.
Great Tantrum says, bye bye, buddy.
We should be doing more in the coming days. So we've got still Astrobot to go through. We've got more tests to run on the new graphics card. As you can see, I'm feeling pretty happy about now because, well, it's working out pretty good. The stress test there, it's got it up there. I mean, 98%. it's running nice and smooth. It's got everything maxed out there. I haven't modded this. I believe some say that the modded versions can run really well. I'm going to look into modding Skyrim VR as well, to see what we can get from a modded version of Skyrim. Because I think that fidelity-wise and looks-wise, you can really, really make this game look something much more special with the mods on top. So I'll be looking into that. Other things to come up. We're going to have Elite Dangerous, possibly DCS, possibly some X-Plane, try some of that out, just to show what we can do with the card, especially since some of those I would not have been able to do with the 970, especially streaming. So we'll take a look at that. In the meantime, if you've got any questions to ask, things like that, comments are down below, likes are appreciated, subscribe button is going to be that way, and there's going to be like a video up there, and there's going to be another one up there. See you again.